babies. Babies are here to support me in my awesome training montage.
Assassin's Creed. Forget him. You know what? I also think I just keep blocking out the parts of the game that aren't good. Like, for example, Assassin's Creed game. Even though Assassin's Creed 2 is probably the best in the whole franchise, it takes forever to get. Not texture. It takes a bit to get good. And once it does, thing is like when I think of Assassin's Creed, I think about all the cool stuff where you jump off towers and you're just like going like
In the stealth missions.
yeah, I'm thinking about all that stuff. Like just like I'm just thinking about how cool it is to walk around and sit down on benches and just and being in that white cloak. I'm thinking about all the cool stuff. I never remember anything else besides that in the series. And the weird thing is, whenever I play an Assassin's Creed game, there's a lot of portions of this game where you're not doing those things. Not like a terrible lot, but it's like enough for me to be like, why don't I not remember this? I spend about like 10-15% of the game doing that other stuff. I don't know, it's just one of those things. So it's like, huh. Like I'll probably play an Assassin's Creed game, and every time I play it, I'll just keep forgetting how much you dilly-dally before it starts to get good. And I didn't even talk about the Desmond Miles stuff, where it's like as soon as that stuff came on the screen, I was like, oh right, that yeah, he's the reason, yeah, right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the quote unquote real life story, it's okay. But it's no like it's no like star seeking thing.
Right,
and then it becomes more and more important with after like Brotherhood, after like I want to say my generation of Assassin's Creed starts being more and more important, and it gets dumb, and it gets more important. It's like, please stop, please just fucking stop. That's what I want to tell the developers.
I'm also just thinking about like the game, like I just my mind is probably just thinking go towards the game, I want to play the game. And you know, I might as well just be honest about another topic. I played God of War for a few hours today. Now, I should preface something. That's a cute outfit. I should preface something. So God of War was one of those Sony franchises that I actually kind of cared about, or like a little bit cared about, and I played the first one, I played the second one, I played the third one. And you're probably already thinking, oh, considering how much she loves Nintendo games, and she's like very, very adverse to the Sony style of things, probably wondering how that went.
Yeah, probably wondering how you went with all the tutorialization and all that jazz. So, make sure all gamers can play it, including ones who don't play games.
Here's the thing about God of War. So, the one thing that is appealing to me is when Sony has this whole, this character is older thing, and is far, like for example, Uncharted 4, like, I might not ever like that whole kind of game, but it's like, seeing an older Nathan Drake, older Nathan Drake has a lot more of a gravitas to it than he did in his prime, for some reason. But regardless, it's the same thing with Kratos, and I actually know the story of the original God of War games. So with that in mind, what I played so far, the story is actually like pretty damn good and pretty damn awesome to follow.
But the gameplay.
Okay. So I don't know how to put this, but I want to best describe this game. It feels like there's a God of War game in there somewhere, screaming, begging to come out. But they were it's like God of War got ran over, and its body was damaged, and they had to like give it surgery, and the only parts they had was parts of The Last of Us.
Yeah, the third-person Sony over-the-shoulder game, classic.
Yeah. Okay. So. Now, I will say, I do care more about the story only because of the prior stuff, and also not to mention, The Last of Us is a bit too feelsy for me, whereas God of War is about, this feels so weird to me to say, but God of War is about a really manly man having to come to terms to raising a son. I don't know why that's driving with me a bit more than the whole I miss my daughter thing from the other game. I don't know why that is. Maybe God of War also hits that same soft spot for me where it's like when Mortal Kombat starts to get mature and I start to weirdly get like feels for it. You know, when Mortal Kombat went from just being a gimmick to like having a story.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. So the gameplay. Now, I will say, like because it's a hack slash game. It's still a hack slash game. There's a bit more of a gamey feel when you're actually playing the game. But the thing is that the camera's still over the shoulder, and they even tried justifying this by. So the problem with having the camera be over the shoulder, right, is you can't see. In a game like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta or God of War, all those games, you need a full camera. You should be in the center of the you should be in the center of the camera so you can see all around you at all times. That's actually better game design. Thing is that he's always over to the left side of the screen. So what they do is they put cursors around Kratos' body to indicate where an enemy is. So like if there's a white arrow, it's pointing like if it's a white arrow and it's pointing around his body, the enemy's in that direction. So any off-screen enemies, there's just like little. It's not like distracting, but there's like little rings around him with little points and nudges on it, and how many nudges on it are telling you where they are. So it's almost like they're trying to justify this style as opposed to like just saying no, fuck it, being in the center would have just been a better idea. They're trying to justify the style more. And there's two other things. I know. And then here's another thing. If there's a pink ring, the enemy is actually attacking. If there's a red ring, the enemy's throwing a projectile. So it's saying, hey, you can't bitch about this stuff because technically, look at the rings around Kratos' body. So instead of looking around constantly, I have to look at like the rings around Kratos' body. It's almost like the God of War style had to like be like, hey, you can make a new God of War game, but it has to be like The Last of Us. And you know, you can make an argument that God of War Ascension was stale as shit. And they probably did change the style to this style because they were afraid of God of War seeming stale.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay.
Sounds like shit.
Sorry. It does sound bad. I mean, now don't get me wrong. But I will say the game still has the same spirit and pacing and difficulty where it's like, you know, you have to be kind of good at the game on normal difficulty, like kind of good. And if you put it on hard, the game is a genuine challenge, like in the original games. So like, and it's not like it's completely unfun like The Last of Us. Well, I mean, okay. The only problem I have with it is it still has some The Last of Us stuff where if you play The Last of Us on hard, it's just that the enemies hit harder and you don't keep as much health, and it's like I don't like that as much. Whereas I think in the original God of War games, the AI got a bit harder. I think, and things hit hard because like in the new God of War, if you play on hard, if you get hit about like four or five times, that's it, you're dead, and it's like oh. By the way, with the difficulty settings, they do that thing that I actually kind of like, that I feel elitist about in a good way, where the difficulty goes, give me a story, give me a story, give me a story, give me a fair and balanced game, give me a balanced game, give me a challenge, and then there's give me God of War. It does one of those kind of things. And I'm like, give me God of War. Oh, and even better. So this is the stuff that you'd probably you know what, this feels like your kind of humor. It's not really humor though, it's real. So, it's a, remember how I said this game is like The Last of Us, but like it's like God of War stuck in The Last of Us' body.
Mm-hmm.
The Last of Us. Okay, so God of War, the default controls, light and heavy attacks are on the R1 and R2 buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Are you shitting me?
Lame.
And you hold the L1 button to cock back your axe, and you use a face button to throw the axe.
That just sounds really awkward.
Yeah, so it's like you aim down the sights to throw your fucking axe. You see what I mean by
Wouldn't it be better just to tap the button to have it just be thrown for you?
What's that?
I'm just saying to myself, like, wouldn't it be better just fucking tap the button, just have him throw it immediately? Like, you don't
Well,
need to like it's an axe. It's like a bullet.
okay, so I now don't get me wrong. I like this game mechanic where like you can so Kratos is an axe. You can throw the axe, and the thing is, if it lands on somebody, it freezes them. But and you're able to fight, but you do weaker attacks because you don't have the axe in your hand. Okay, that's a cool mechanic, and and you're able to call back the axe whenever you want, and it does damage on the way back. So like all the cool God of War shit is still there with like just everything being cool and flowing looking. Now, here's the thing, and guess what? The face buttons. So, again, this is like and the face buttons are secondary actions. Yeah, secondary actions. Like for example, the square button is the call your son button. I'm not fucking kidding. The call your son button. In fact, on the command list, the button is called Sun Action.
Literally, that's something I would make up. Oh my god, it's real.
Sun Action.
Sun button.
Now, okay, I know it sounds funny, but you have to. But I will say, like, what's actually kind of interesting is, again, unlike The Last of Us, where like Ellie would do shit for you, you actually have a bit more control. So, like, again, it's like God of War energy is still there. Like, you know how in Naughty Dog games there's someone that's distracting for you, but they're doing it on their own. You have to control the distraction.
Lame.
So that's a little bit more. I mean, it's a little better than the other game than that. The other because you have to time it, and he'll shoot arrows for you when you press the call sun button.
It's just funny. It's called the call sun button.
Yes, and he can fire up to 3 arrows at once, and then he'll have to charge them up. It's basically, he's able to distract enemies for you if you're like overcrowded. But also, but here's the thing: Kratos' axe is too slow sometimes. So sometimes the arrows are the only way to like make the enemy stand still for a bit, and then you can hit it. So like, okay, that's fine. All that's fine. But the whole throwing the face buttons. So here's the thing: when I go to the control configuration, when I scoot over to like the light and heavy attacks being on the square and triangle button, and the sun buttons being on the shoulder button.
Oh.
Might not be the right climate.
Oh, okay. That was a random reference to Chow Gardens. Okay.
Yeah, random reference to the Chow Gardens.
Back to talking about God of War for a moment.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
You're able to actually like go to the options that and the buttons are like the old God of War. It's called Classic. So less The Last of Us like controls are called Classic.
Garbage. I hate the idea of it being called classic. Just fucking.
It's called
classic
because in the Sony world, the shoulder buttons are your main actions. I'm sure you're probably familiar with that.
It's just dumb. Just have the buttons be like they were before. What the fuck?
I know, but again though, because here's the thing: this game isn't even like a shooter game. So it's like, why do you need to have everything contextualized to the shoulder buttons by default? It's really weird. So, yeah, I changed that immediately, and that works. That that does work. But I guess the thing that so like the story when I'm experiencing is pretty. Oh, I will say this game apparently has an achievement. It's apparently the first game to do a continuous shot, like a continuous shot kind of game with no fade ins, no fade outs, where the camera is always on and never fades off what you're doing. Never. Apparently that's what this game is an achievement for. Because The Last of Us does blackout fades, so that's like the cinematic achievement where it's like, hey, you're always around Kratos, everything, and you're never away from Kratos. You always see through the eyes of Kratos. Okay, got it. Oh, you can't skip the cutscenes on a first playthrough, which is a bit of a shame if you accidentally if your checkpoint's too far backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes the game, it's not even really cutscenes, and not to mention sometimes progression. It's like, I don't like the parts of Sony games that are in between gameplay and movie, where it's like you walk forward, but there is almost no nuance to what you're doing. Yeah, or you're climbing on something. That kind of shit. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Just sounds really fucking cinematic to a point where it would drive me crazy.
Yes, but I will say it's really weird. Like once I get used to the gameplay, it's almost like it. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I would rather watch a cutscene of them climb up or something than like play through it. If you know what I mean? Just I don't think I guess
Yeah.
I just, that weird in between part.
But you can interact with it. You can hear him say something like,
No.
Kratos, your balls smell funny. Your mom's balls smell funny, boy. Don't talk to me about that. Oh, okay. And then there's awkward silence, and they're like, we're almost at the top of the mountain. Yes. And then you stop. They're like, we made it. And they're like, yes.
So sometimes when I respawn at checkpoints, if I run too fast, the kid starts like bleeding lines together a couple times. It's really weird.
But you gotta get that cinematic edge, the cinematic levels of dialogue, the character development. I can't with Sony's games. Like on paper, they sound horrible. They just sound awful.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying it more. I'm enjoying it more than The Last of Us. And it has better puzzles than The Last of Us as well. Like it has better puzzles and everything. I think it's just that like it's just that it's stuck. There's a good God of War game stuck in The Last of Us' skeleton. That's pretty much what I got so far.
I can't wait for the Little Big Planet remake where they fucking put give Sackboy the Last of Us stream and give him a son.
Actually, if anything, Sackboy feels more like the Ratchets and Slies now. Like he's put into that mold, like with Sackboy's new adventure thing.
They're gonna give him a new game where it's just a third-person shooter.
No. What else was I gonna get at? Oh, though I will say, God of War also has some of those embarrassing Sony like talking to the player to get them to know how to do something. For example, when you're fighting an enemy, what's wrong, Kratos? You forgot how to use your shield? What the fuck is that? So if you forget to block, it's like, what's up?
Why would he use his shield anyway? He kills people.
Well, no, because if you get hit, the enemy taunts you because you didn't use your shield and says that exact thing sometimes, as in telling you to use your fucking shield because you're an idiot player. That's what I'm trying to say. Like that, like the complete transparency.
It's a bit on the nose, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, like, so I don't mind when the kid's like, watch out, Dad, on your left, right flank, Dad. Like, I don't mind that, but I think the one that really killed me is when your health is low. Okay, sometimes they'll say something where it's like, oh, it's like, Dad, you need to get some healing stone. Like, that's fine. The one that kills me is, Dad, you're almost dead!
Who the fuck says...
Dad, you're almost dead!
God.
Because that's referencing the fact that it's a fucking game!
Dad, your health bar is low!
Dad, you're almost dead! Like, how can you tell he's almost dead?
That's so shit.
How can you fucking tell? That's what I mean. Like, the game, like, it has that shit from The Last of Us where the game talks to you, obviously.
Because you're a dumb baby gamer. Remember?
Dad, you're almost dead. Like, and don't get me wrong, like, there's a few things that were, like, like, okay, like, sometimes I want them to repeat themselves when it's, like, I'm in the middle of a puzzle, and they're like, they're like, Dad, where you going? That's fine, but, like, actually analyzing the player fucking up. In the most obvious way. So, Dad, you're almost dead, and, Kratos, what happened? You don't know how to use your shield? That's fucking stupid.
It could be a little less blatant with everything.
And Dad, you're almost dead. Dad, you're almost dead. Holy shit. Because it's supposed to be a movie, right? Why de-immerse me, you fucker? I mean, I guess why de-immerse me with that stuff? It's not like he doesn't say other things where it's like, Dad, you don't look so good. That makes more sense. Fucking hell. Ironically, I get taken out of the cinematic presentation during the gameplay that it's trying to do when it's trying like I'm sucked into the story when it's going forward, but like, damn, it's just it's like it's a battle of like Here's the thing. If there was a God of War movie exactly shot like this, I'd see it. If there was, but at the same time, the gameplay, if it was just constant gameplay with no forced cinematic shit, I would. Oh man. But also, yes, the whole not being forced in front of the center of the camera thing. That does get a little bit annoying because I wish I could just see everything around me instead of just looking at rings around the Kratos' body.
Final Fantasy VII Remake did it perfectly. They just pulled the camera away from Cloud, put it behind him when he gets into a fight, and then they put it back over his shoulder when you're walking around. They just shifted slightly to the left so you can actually see everything around you.
Yeah, that's what I like. The game actually centers itself and lets you like move the camera more freely. Like if you try, oh man, like you can't do anything with that camera, and then in the 2018 God of War, it's.
If Sony made Remake, they would have Aerith go, Cloud, you're dying when you take one hit. Or Cloud, don't forget to press the L1 button to pull up your Buster Sword. Can't you block with that big sword of yours?
Yeah, because it's trying to talk to people that can't play games.
Cloud, you have to roll out of the way of the attacks. Oh god. Also, I've been standing here just observing these shadows. I think it's cool you can see the shadows through the grates.
I'm really sorry that I've been hogging you up a bit with this.
It's fine. Look at them. Look at the shadows. Look at them.
I am noticing the shadows.
They're like, it's like a big cheese grater.
This game has better shadow detail than I've seen in previous ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my experience. I'll be honest, I'm a bit conflicted because I feel like and here's the other thing. I don't want to admit to Sony fans being right about something. The story is also pretty fucking good. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, those Sony games have pretty alright stories, pretty good ones, but it's just like, damn, this gameplay kind of booty cheeks though at times.
I think it's more frustrating because I can see a good game in there, and the thing is, unlike The Last of Us, there is a challenge in the gameplay inherently. Like, there's no quick time events, by the way.
Yeah.
None. Like, ironically, the old God of War had more quick time events. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Like, there's more quick time
that ain't wrong. I can believe it. I remember there used to be the sex mini games and all that.
Yeah, like, you know, there's quick time events and those things. Here it's I will say everything is fair. Like everything, like you can block whenever you want to. So if you don't block, that's your fault. Like if you don't block, your fault. Unless it's like a magic attack, then blocking might not be the answer.
Fucking seagull.
But like if they're like swinging at you, if you don't block, it's your fault, and it feels very contextual that way. So everything is pretty fair. Like I feel a good game in there. It just but it was almost like they were told, all right, we dare you to take the Last of Us engine and make God of War in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's really all, I guess. I don't know. I'll see. It's like after I'm done playing it, I'll probably. And yes, that other person there's gonna probably want to know what I think and yada yada yada.
You just send Pig Movement. Fuck that person. I really do not like that person.
My enemy rival.
Yeah, they're fucking annoying.
I mean, just to be fair, even some Redditors are like, dude, why do you care so much about her fucking opinion? Kratos is a dad now. In fact, the person that was talking to me originally didn't even play the other God of War games as much, but like, but like, in fact, I've noticed that there's people who haven't played the old ones, but when they hear about the story of the old ones, they're like, oh, he killed his family, was tricked into it, and so they try to connect it in this one, and it's just really weird. It's really interesting how that works. I played the originals, and I didn't really think much of God of War's story, or not. Like I didn't think. I thought it was fine. But then again, I wasn't playing it for the fucking story inherently. Well, okay, when I play games, I do want a story of some sort, but I want a gamey story. I don't know how to put it. I want to feel like I'm playing a video game when I'm playing through a story.
Yep.
It's weird to put, like, it's weird because it's like, so yeah, so yes, I shit on something like Final Fantasy 15, but I don't feel like I'm taken out of like a game when I watch that story go through. Yes, I crap on the story a lot, but I don't feel like a weird disconnect like I do with these fucking Sony games. I don't know what it is. Like, do I enjoy? In fact, while I'm enjoying the story in some of these Sony games, it's kind of like it's just a disconnect. It's like, oh no, I feel disconnected from the whole game because the story feels like, and the games are at odds with each other. Whereas with Final Fantasy 15, like while I don't think highly of either thing, it's like I don't feel like it's at odds with each other. It feels like it's a game all the way through. It's a different feeling, I guess.
Yep, I get you. Harmony.
Yes, that's what it is. You're right. You're absolutely right. So did you invite me here so that I can tell all of Blue YouTube that this game is mid as shit?
You know, I was gonna say, I was just debating on you typing. You want to join me on commentary? Or do you want to join me to rag on this game?
Let me tell you why this game is mid as shit. Okay? First off, this game doesn't have a motherfucking quest system, okay? This game just tells you the nearest fucking thing to do it based on its own logic. But the thing is, its own logic might be telling you to do something that is so far away that you can do something else. This game is a quest system. What kind of open world game has no fucking quest system and yet lets you do so many different things? The game appears to be more linear than it lets itself be on. It's fucking stupid.
Would you like
Oh
to
my
try?
god.
And secondly, the only way to skip all the tedious collecting in this game is fucking fishing. Who the hell wants to fish? I mean, granted, fishing is a better fucking option than walking around in a collector shit game. Okay? Like, damn. For once you're making me actually want to get on my hands and knees in front of Big the motherfucking cat. In order to not suffer through the fucking tedious backtracking of this game, collecting shit.
Worship the big boy.
Yes. Oh, you know, I'm one of those. Listen. I'm one of those older gamers that didn't like Big the Cat back in the day. Well, in this game, he is God. He is God, letting you skip all the mediocrity in this damn game. Okay.
I've forgiven Big the Cat for his past transgressions to
Yes!
my younger self.
Almighty Big the Cat. I don't care if you sound like Barney. I don't care if you sound like Barney and Garfield getting it on and having a baby. Okay. I don't care.
So
anymore.
Here's Icey, everybody.
Yeah, I'm here.
And she's
All
great.
Right. And well, this game is not, okay? This game also doesn't have let you warp until you're mostly done with the world already. What kind of shit is that?
Yeah.
It's like being handed a map of an amusement park after you've already been on every fucking ride. What the fuck's the point? And you have to spend hours finding all the rides. You know what I mean?
You came up with that like on your feet.
Stupid.
So, what I was gonna say.
Yep.
Is that Big the Cat has saved the day, and I'm fishing.
Right. But now it's like the game goes from being tedious to being like a freaking like a speed bump, because it's like you can just fish through the entire world and not play through a lot of it.
You know what's a word I hate?
What?
Potential. You wanna know why I hate this word?
Why?
Because there's people who grew up with Sonic 06 and they go, this game is not that bad because it has potential.
Well, this game ain't that bad, but
it ain't that bad. It ain't as bad as Sonic 06. I mentioned this in an earlier episode, but man, people who say this game is good because it has potential, I'm sorry. This is not peak Sonic. The idea is great. Running around open areas, the fastest thing ever, is great. But this game as it is not great. It's alright. It's like a 6 or a 7 out of 10.
It's alright. In fact, the story is one of the better parts. But
Yeah,
I mean,
the story in this game is like way above any other Sonic game, like tremendously above them in terms of writing.
Probably is the best story in a Sonic game.
Easily.
Well, I mean, at least in a 3D one. Or,
I'm gonna separate between has dialogue or doesn't have dialogue. For the ones with dialogue, it's easily one of the best ones.
I mean, like, I don't think it has some of the most memorable dialogue in it.
Yeah, a lot of it is kind of like reference bait, but even then, it's just like,
Yeah.
I'd rather have that than like characters never acknowledging past events when they are extremely like major events. Because it's like they go through like world-ending adventures in every single game. It's almost like every single game is is Avengers Endgame for the Sonic cast,
Well, why do
but
you
they
think
never mention it ever.
why do you think I like? Why do you think I like smaller games like Sonic Colors, where they just go save an amusement park and that's it?
To me, it's like if you're not gonna if they don't reference shit like that, that's totally fine. But like the fact that it's the only person to acknowledge the fact that these weird fucks look like Chaos from Sonic Adventure is Eggman in a voice memo in this game. Whereas if the writing was like any other previous Sonic game, that would never happen. I appreciate that a lot.
Listen. Oh, I mean, Sonic Generations did actually
A little bit.
because Sonic was like, remember, Sonic was like, hey Tails, remember when I saved the genie in a magic lamp, and remember when I saved the music park? He mentioned secret rings and colors.
Yeah, that was like the one time they did it before.
I mean, like, yeah, like, yeah, he did say that, but it's like, and it is weird because I do kind of like the Sonic color just being so distinct from everything else, or far away from everything else, because it's like, oh look, it's just them going to the music park, yeah. But also,
yeah, I like that too. It's almost like, you know, it kind of, you know what, it reminds me of Kingdom Hearts. They try to have every single game be canonical, but Kingdom Hearts, at least what happens is actually like important to the next game, you know. Like it'd be like if each Kingdom Hearts game was just completely different from each other, like they never reference each other at all. That's how Sonic always felt to me.
For better or for worse, Kingdom Hearts has a lot of world building that matters. I don't, you know. You and I don't see eye to eye on Kingdom Hearts, but I mean, but guess what? If they introduce something, it stays. It fucking stays.
You sound excited.
I'm not excited. I'm just I mean, like, listen. You invited me in here to rant about Sonic Frontiers. And I hope that I picked up this video while you're doing tedious ass fishing over and over and over again.
It's kind of relaxing, honestly.
Well, I mean,
the music's really good.
It's not really actually, it's not even tedious. It's just more so like, it's all right. It's better. It's better than. Oh, it's also better fishing than in Sonic Adventure 1. I remember that back in '99. The fishing controlled like Dong. It controlled like Dong.
Yeah, that's the problem with trying to implement 6 gameplay systems over one major archetype of being able to run around an open world and jump and shit.
The fishing in Sonic Adventure 1, it felt like more so. It felt less like you were holding a fishing rod, and it felt more like you were holding the actual fish that you caught and trying to fish with it.
That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
Oh, my poor GameCube controller. I think that's where I tore my C stick on one of my controllers back in the day. Just for trying to wrangle the fish in, pressing all the buttons.
Blue boy, you have some nerve inviting my 3D Sonic hating ass in here.
Nerve. I just want to spend time with you. Plus, you're fun to have on commentary.
Okay. I might actually offend all your younger viewers. Well, no, if anything, younger viewers like hearing old. They like listening to older people talk about things, even if they don't agree with it, and they get mad at it, and they want to keep seeing it. I forgot.
Maybe something like that. Yeah.
That's why I have so many Zoomer friends that want to hear my opinions.
That's a flashy anglerfish.
Is that your next controller for Sonic Adventure 1's Big the Fishing?
Just an anglerfish? Yeah, sure, why not? I'll grab the anglerfish by its little like light and I'll squeeze it and make Big throw the fishing rod. Well, I would never do that. That's animal abuse. Yeah. I've already said this a lot, but man, the open world in this game is just. I said this earlier, but I wish it wasn't so inaccessible to navigate compared to other open world games.
I don't mind like the bit of challenge it is to get around or anything. It's just more so like I just find most of the problems I have with this game are the clericals of how they set it up, the lack of warping and the lack of a quest log. Those two things, those are basic open world needs. It's like this could be like the most well-designed open world, but if you don't have those two things,
might as well be playing a platformer without running or jumping, only walking and crouching. Yeah. I probably wouldn't be like, give me a fucking climb button if I could teleport around.
That's another thing. Like, Breath of the Wild's climbing, it becomes its own game. The overworld's even designed around the climbing, where it's like, oh, can you climb this? Can you climb this? Woo!
When I didn't put this in the episode, this is a little trivia for all y'all, but when I got to the Knuckles Balls like sequence right before the boss of his area, I couldn't figure out how to get up to him. Like, I was stuck. I'd spent like 10 minutes just running around because the map wasn't fulfilled. I couldn't find the challenge to open the map, and I could have easily teleported to him. But the mission that would have got me there, I couldn't teleport to. I could teleport to the nearby Elder Coco, but not the mission. That would have made it so much easier, quicker, because I hadn't done all the missions or whatever the fuck. And I was just kind of there like, man, I wish this game was something fast travel eventually, you know. I wish it wouldn't take so long to lock the fast travel for everything else besides the two elders. Oh well, that's why I'm fishing now, because I don't feel like running around in an empty open world with easy ass enemies and.
Oh hell, Big the Cat!
Big the Cat is carrying the fuck out of this game. If Big the Cat wasn't in this game would easily be another Sonic Forces for me. It would be. It would. Okay. The story wouldn't be able to carry it that hard.
Okay. I don't know if I would listen.
Because a lot of the problems I have with Sonic Forces, I have in this game too, like with the physics and the controls and the level design.
Isn't that just with the boost formula in general?
Yeah, that's a problem consistently with every single boost game. Almost that a lot of them have lacking in all those areas, or like. Even two-dimensional control of Sonic still sucks, and there's like a lot of things that haven't been improved at all since Forces. But man,
I mean, I actually I do like the levels in the game, but then again, there's like a certain meta that controls pretty well when it comes to like these boost games, where it's like I can skip large portions of levels if I can master boosting and thrusting downwards.
Yeah, it's just that, like, for me personally, the issues that haven't been solved since Sonic Forces still being around, and being forced to engage with those way more in an area I don't care for would have brought down probably the same score. But what has been solved is appreciate, like, bringing back the levels that are more interestingly designed, like Sonic Generations levels, Sonic Adventure 2 levels, and putting them in the boost formula for those like little extra levels, you know, like the ones where you go in the gate or whatever. Those are real fun. It's just that the open world is just like it has like the worst, you know. It just has like, these boring ass pre-made parts, little level challenges that give you barely anything. That's having to engage that constantly to progress would have driven me like up the wall, made this game like an easy 4 out of 10. But Big the Cat is here to save the day. Here's the thing. I don't mind doing it on occasion, but having to constantly do these like minute-long little obstacle courses around the open world for a single token, I had to get like 100 tokens to get to the next area. That's like 100 minutes. And 100 obstacle courses to get through, because each one only gives you 1 token. And that's the only consistent way to get tokens. Killing enemies sometimes gives you multiple. Getting treasure chests sometimes gives you multiple, but like... I'm sorry, I'm talking a bit. What do you want to say?
I was going to say, well, doesn't this game offer like that weird free DLC thing? Not even for like right now, but earlier it was like they gave away tokens as a boost, and it's still not even enough.
Yikes. I did not know that. I just know my collection came with some tokens already. Oh.
Sonic Frontier. Yo, what's the game? Gloves and boots.
Hey, Jesse.
We're kind of just dogging on the game a little bit for its open world design being kind of weak.
Yeah, I just came right in, and I just started cruding on this mid-ass game.
I put Sonic in boots and gloves because I like them a lot more than the default outfit for this game. I was wearing the Adventure 2 outfit earlier because I went through an Adventure 2 level and I was like, holy shit! It like caught me off guard. I was playing Adventure 2 by the end of the level, so I had them on for a little bit. Huh?
I said Patrick.
Yeah. So I put these on because Icey Girl and Dunk Boy worked really hard to buy me this outfit, so I was like, I'm gonna wear it. I've been wearing it for most of the playthrough. I just took it off for a little bit.
Oh yeah, because we got you the special edition. I'm sorry that your Christmas present was mid, Blue Boy.
No, it's very special. The present's special to me. The game itself can be mid, but the present is very special, especially because I got the deluxe edition.
But the issue is that you often buy games that aren't mid, and the ones that you put on your wish list are always mid. So there's nothing left to buy but mid games.
I have like over I think I have like 2,000 games on my wish list now on Steam. I'm pretty sure some of them aren't mid, like Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Well, I know it's just the thing is you always specify things at the top of the list that are mid. Like you're like Icey, dunk it. I want Sonic Frontiers. Icey, dunk it. Marvel Alliance Ultimate 3. Icey.
It's usually because I find these games to be more conceptually interesting than they probably than most of the other mainstream games. But so like even if they don't have the highest quality, I'll probably enjoy them a lot. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do. This one is one of the ones I do enjoy. Nice. I mean, look, I get to spend basically the whole game next to one of my favorite Sonic characters.
Oh.
Look at him. He's big, he's round, he's fluffy, and he's a bit on his own pace, but lovable.
Listen, I came in here to help you whip this C-tier ass Sonic game into. But like listen, you made a deal with the devil, with the most 3D hating Sonic fan you could find. Well, I'm not the most 3D hating Sonic fan, but I'm pretty up there. You just brought me in here. I can't make peace with Big the Cat all the way, you know. I just can't.
I can.
That's because you're the little runt that thought he was cute and.
That should be enough tokens to get through this part of the game. Hopefully. I can't check. I know I have enough. I know I have enough to get to the next cutscene with Tails. I'm not sure if I have enough to actually beat the entire island, but hope I do.
You have to get the Chaos Emerald down. That's the thing.
I mean, right now I have to. I have to get all of them, but look how far away it is. It's 3,000.
Specifically, you could have gotten the Chaos Emerald, but the thing is that the game will not give you an indicator to get. That's the thing, because there's no quest log. There won't be an indicator for the thing that you could do. The game's actually very non-linear. You can do a bunch of things, but so with no indicator.
You see the lack of indicators making Sonic sad. Look at him once we get back here. Look at him holding his head. He's like, I'm sad now. Oh shit!
But listen,
the sound effects are always really funny. Like look at all this work I'm putting in. Also, the HUD's not loading for some reason. There we go. All this work I'm putting in to kill one enemy. And what I got out of it? Some skill points. That could have been a Tails token. Or it could have been a Seed of Power. Or rings. And it's like, all that for one token? And I need like 100 of them?
Here's the worst part. The worst part is like, let's say you didn't do that fishing thing, right? And it would say get the Chaos Emerald. The thing is that it doesn't tell you that you're going to eventually need more tokens. That's
right.
There is it changes your course without telling you what's coming up. Because imagine if you had like a quest log and you could be doing multiple things at once on the way to something, as opposed to the game only telling you one thing at a time.
Right. Also, this thing I found out recently, the drop dash is in this game for some reason.
Yeah.
It's really strange because you can't spin dash. You can only drop dash, and it makes a really weird noise.
I mean, like,
it sounds like a murderous when you kill Sonic.
Yeah, and this game doesn't necessarily need spin dashing. It's not necessary. Like,
yeah, this is like the one game where I looked at it and I was like, yeah, boost works.
because it's like, if anything, you want to start freaking moving.
Let me I can't light speed dash. Oh, the light speed dash is so fucking glitchy in this game.
Are you sure you're not just?
I can't do it here for some reason.
Is it pressing the stick?
Yeah, I am.
I didn't. I guess if you say it doesn't work, I'll believe you, Blue Play.
I guess not while I'm on a rail. Let's get off the rail and do a lightspeed dash. Like Sonic will go through it fast and he'll just stop in midair and just freeze there for a moment. Every single one of them. Let's find some rings.
Like I
'Cause
will
wanna
even
do
say,
it now.
I do like when it actually works. The dash is being doable on anything. That's good. That should be a series standard.
Right.
But you know,
Also, another annoying thing. Okay, so you see how I can do this to make these guys defenses break open. I hate when I get over, like when they're over like a little bit of rocks and I can't do it because like little rockets in the way and I go flying. I ascend slightly, so therefore I'm off the ground technically.
I gave Akira like a list of pros and cons about this thing.
See, look at that. You see that? That's me fucking flying in the air because of this little rock.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
She was at a loss. She was at a loss because she wanted to give a negative review on Steam, but the thing is that Steam has overwhelmingly positive reviews, and she was like, "What do I do? What do I say? How do I make my points more clear?" And I was like, "Let me just give you pros and cons so you sound a lot more objective." Because when it comes to like me and games and stuff, I think I can approach games very clerically, where it's like, I think about those basic needs a lot, such as the quest log and the lack of words. I know I hone in on those those two things, but those two things really are like what made me not put the game in like B. The game could have actually been B tier with those two things, and I only went with C.
I understand completely, yeah. But damn, there's like no rings anywhere.
Also, I really like the soundtrack in this game.
That's really good shit.
I love it because I wasn't really all into that
Butt rock.
No, that was something to live through. Honestly, living through that was just no.
Check this out. Oh, he actually worked that time. That's how it's supposed to work, I think. He just lets us drop. Most of the time he freezes in midair. There's no rings anywhere. God damn.
Well, just keep doing. We'll just keep doing that eight. Keep doing that 8 thing. Then do the 8 thing.
I'm trying to do the sonic boom, but he won't do it. There we go.
Also, depending on the kind of level that you get, it can get to the point where the game can kind of play itself more in a weird way.
I'm at that level.
What'd it say?
I'm definitely at that level at this point.
Though honestly, based on how complicated things are, I don't mind it, considering that it controls less like crap when you do it that way. So that's also fun. I'm noticing that's kind of a pattern with this game, where it's like if you unlock a certain thing, you can make it controls less like crap because it automates.
Yeah, definitely.
That is like the story of Sonic in a nutshell. Oh, controls like crap, automated. Okay. And I'm not even entirely against that, but I mean, at some point, like my politics. I don't want automation to take over this world.
Oh, some bird has been chasing me this whole time. I haven't been able to load the mini map. I'm just been running over this because I don't know what else to do because I can't open my fucking mini map because there's one enemy touching me.
Blue Boy, aren't you
There
a
we
robot?
go.
Aren't you a robot? And technically, aren't you part of the automation problem?
Maybe. I don't know. Oh
If you
my God.
if you start taking my jobs, I swear to God.
Where am I supposed to go? Over there, all the way over fucking. Oh Lord. I have no map data. Whatever, I'm just gonna fast travel here. You know his breath stanky as fuck. he be having no water, no steak every day of his life. Made me smelling horrendous.
Now I haven't even gotten on ways that the game can be improved without you know, outside of the clerical stuff that I state, because and I only overstate this because it's just really important to have. But if it weren't just for that, this game needs more Sonic-y looking areas in the open world, like how Mario Odyssey had Mario levels. More Sonic levels.
I mentioned earlier how like this world's kind of dismal to look at. That's why I preferred the fishing, because it looked a lot nicer. Because like the only game that had like a nice looking like wild area, in my opinion, like at least one of the few games that have really nice looking realistic environment that is just a wild area, is like Uncharted 4.
Like, look at like imagine if it were like an open world like Green Hill Zone looking thing. That you know, with like the checkerboards and like the grass that can't move.
At least a little something more besides just Unity Tech demo area.
Yeah. Or you know, you could even do things like honestly, imagine all these other previous Sonic games, but an open world aesthetic. Like you could like imagine like Sonic Colors Planet Wisp, but looks open world.
That'd be nice. Station Square, and it could be combined to be like Sonic Adventure 2 in Station Square. Yeah. Or like Sonic Unleashed, like the hub worlds in that, but made into levels. Or like everywhere in Sonic CD. Alright, finally a new level. Yay!
Or Sonic Unleashed Begonia. Open world. Beautiful Italian cities.
Alright, first person to know what game this Sonic game is, what level the Sonic game is from, gets a free cookie. I'm gonna guess it's from Sonic Generations.
Isn't that the first thing I mentioned? I was gonna mention the original game. I was gonna mention Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
That doesn't work.
Because it's Sky Sanctuary, right? So
I don't know. It might be.
This is literally Sky Sanctuary.
Visually, like aesthetically, yes, but I'm talking about like layout and all that.
Oh, I mean,
because they used Green Hill Zone for Pumpkin Hill with Shadow or Radical Highway, whatever the fuck it's called.
Okay.
That level was Green Hill Zone-ified instead of being like pumpkins and stuff.
Listen to this listen to these techno rockin' tunes. Ah.
Someone's enjoying herself.
Ah.
I'll never understand the hate for all the like Crush 40 stuff. There were some cheesy ass stupid songs, don't get me wrong.
I like
you know a song I never liked? Reach for the Stars. I don't like to sing
Reach
it.
for the stars by candy bars. That's all I gotta think of when I hear that song.
I mean, like, I don't think that song is particularly all that great either, but it's just that I think Sonic needs more intentionally well-designed music and less just frothy-sounding music in general. It just needs, like, well-designed music.
I joked earlier about, for all the people watching at home, I did joke earlier about Crush 40, but that was just me joking about it. I do like the music. Because we're getting to that topic right now, I might as well mention that.
Blue hates Sonic and every Sonic fan in existence. If you like Sonic, he's probably already at your doorstep. Do not open. Yo,
okay,
Pac-Man.
I think this is Sonic. I think this actually is Sonic Generations Sky Sanctuary, because I remember that spinning ring, red ring right there. Damn, I think you actually got it without meaning to get it.
Well, because like use the Sky Sanctuary thing, but the thing is that the layout is the same too.
That's what I'm meaning.
I have no problem with the idea of Sonic games having music that you can actually dance to.
I do. I find it really offensive.
What?
It pisses me off. I don't want to dance to Sonic music. I want to groove to it. Where am I going? Looking for the red rings right now. Kind of lay out where they might be. Maybe
I just never got over the fact that Sega, the era where Sega had like futuristic electronic sounding music during the Saturn era.
Maybe.
I just never got over it. And then once they abandoned it, it's like, what the hell is this shit?
That's a cool visual.
Yes, it is. Ah! What you just did looked like a lot of fun because you weren't in the overworld.
I get to do it again, and now actually focus on getting there through it fast.
And
Yay.
the replay value of these levels are good. See, that's the thing. This game has replay value in the levels.
I usually have to play replay level once or twice though, which is a shame. The first two are the exception. For some reason, like each ejected on them is like, really hard. Unlike every other level in the game, which you can do everything in like one go.
Well, never mind. I was gonna say, doesn't like your stats also apply to the levels too, and that could be potentially why the beginning was harder.
With what? Sorry.
The stats apply to
They don't apply to these levels. These levels have a fixed set that everybody uses. That's why I have 999 rings.
Fair enough.
And that's why speeding through them is pretty tough, because you have to like let Sonic go at some point. You have to like hit some springs and just let it play out the whole animation. It's faster than actually control Sonic again.
Hi Blue, you're back. You're not beat anymore, but your video footage is now.
Yes, sometimes this game just loses all audio. Oh well.
Oh.
I even just mentioned the music was not that. I just mentioned the fact that playing these games is like half the reason you play these games is for the music alone. So there goes half the reason to play this game anymore.
I mean, this could just also be on the PC port of this game. PC port could have an issue.
It's my computer.
That too. So you can't really blame the game as much because I played the Switch version. That didn't happen to me.
It only happens when I alt tab. So yeah, it is the PC version. It is what it is, but it's still half the reason to play this game is now gone all of a sudden.
No music.
No music. I'm gonna put in some really fitting music instead. Probably some like, I don't know, Mario music.
Rolling around at the speed of. I can't do that.
I demand you do it now.
No.
Okay.
And come on, jump up in the air. No.
I'm overlaying all this music on top of each other. Each time you sing a song, another song gets overlaid in this video.
I wonder what weird theater stories people have about seeing the Mario movie. Because there's going to be a bunch of people who probably have not gone to a theater since the pandemic.
Oh wait, like you're expecting like theater stories about the Mario movie?
Yeah, like people online talking about, I went to see the movie and like when Jump Up Superstars started playing, these weird dudes in the front started like screaming the lyrics while taking their clothes off.
This one person starts shoving the Rosalina amiibo up their own ass.
Yeah.
Also, like, stop there, hit the save button. Stop.
Girl. I was just getting one little thing.
You can't do more movement when you have to reset the thing. You have to stop.
I'm glad this game won Game of the Year.
It didn't win. It didn't get nominated for a dang thing. Not even soundtrack, which that is a bit of a shame. But not even the sound. It got nominated for nothing.
Well, the soundtrack isn't that great. Doesn't have Crush 40.
Shut.
You're getting her mad, dude. And that's kind of fucking based, maybe?
Crush 40. Well, more like their music makes me feel like I'm 40 years old and crushed.
Into little pieces. Listen, I like my men like I like my men like I like my men like I like my woman like I like my coffee, ground up and put in the freezer. And I'm just taking a note out of Danny's book. That's all I'm saying. That's a Danny joke. Except for Danny, it's a real way of life. Her hair was just so blonde. I just wanted to, put it in a cup. Wow, this plate is going up. Are we getting bigger? I don't know what up means. Yeah.
Oh, the sound is back. I also believe that you know what else it is? It's not even just that. I think that Sonic should have more variety of music. Like I will say, I like Sonic Adventure 1 soundtrack. It's just that after Sonic Adventure, it's just that then Sonic Adventure 2 happened, and it's like it all started becoming more rock and less of everything else.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay.
Variety is very nice. I know a lot of people like Tails' first stage because it's the only one that sounds like different from all the other songs in the game, being like soft rock with some interesting instruments.
Sure. With Sonic Frontiers, see, the game does have metal in it. Now, I am no metalhead, but at least it's a different kind of rock.
Oh motherfucking fuck. Ah, jeez. Oh, jeez, Rick, my pussy drop. All right, remember this, everyone?
Get on the wheel! Get on the wheel! Second one, you get on the wheel. Doesn't she look like a hamster?
I
No.
think he's a hedgehog.
No. No.
Dang.
No.
See, this game would be better if you could just play as Gray the Squirrel. Then it would make sense.
What if you could play as what's their fucking name? Slappy the squirrel.
Oh,
That makes sense.
you just imagine she's just like, what? Back in my day, video games were in black and white, and it's like, wait, there were no video games.
Hey, don't you like that one scene in the Animaniacs reboot where every single character that doesn't get used appears for one scene just to mock the people who are fans of the original because the people who made that show secretly hated the original Animaniacs? I remember.
Wasn't that like based on the chicken booth thing where they brought back that one character and they had them all chase him off?
No.
No, that's what happened. They brought back what they did is they brought back the chicken boo, and they were like, he's like hey, they're the least popular character, get him. And the whole episode was based on like so technically they did a chicken boo episode. I'm like, well, if he was the least popular one, you brought it back and you showed all these other characters on the screen, and it's like,
I don't know where to
It's a shame the
go.
reboot was fucking trash.
What'd you say?
Just shame. It's really a shame the reboot was trash. I was like actually like for it when I heard about it.
I feel like it wasn't that bad. It just wasn't as good as the originals.
It's not Velma. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not Velma.
Here's the thing, I don't find like watching it like I don't find like all the like the content they put out isn't bad. In fact, some of it makes me like just die of laughter a bit. But it's like the problem is I don't want to watch only 2 acts when I know you have more than 2 acts.
Yeah.
The original show had better pacing and more.
I mostly
quirks.
just didn't. I mostly just didn't like the changes they did with the Warner siblings in general.
Oh.
Like Dot acts completely different, like a self-insert, and the rest of it, and then in general, the Warners just they don't get along as much. They bicker like a motherfucker in the show. In the original, they were like, they had their jabs here and there, but they were all in on it.
That's probably why we didn't watch much more after the one episode batch we watched. The writing was on the wall. They don't know how to brawl.
Also, it's also a case of no matter what area you're watching, the problem is you have to be in tune with pop culture at that time period. You're going to get lost in a lot of jokes. Like for example, there's one consistency. For example, where in the reboot, Dot doesn't fawn over Mel Gibson anymore. She fawns over Chris Pine. If you don't know who that is, you're not going to get it.
There should be. I think it's directly above me. Oh my fucking fuck.
Oh my god, the max capacity of rings is 675?
I guess it's on level 46 when it comes to rings. There's like a leveling system in this game that I don't really get why it's there. But, yeah.
Oh.
It's alright. It's just like defense is completely worthless because no matter what, you're losing half your rings every time you get hurt in this game. Ring capacity is kind of worthless because you want to get max rings because when you get max rings, you get to get like the super boost. Like, like in the movies, that's how you can go really fast. When you're at max rings, you go really fast, and so you lose that. So getting ring capacity up is worthless. I'm just doing it for the meme. I'm doing it for the silliness of doing it. Attack up makes you do more damage to enemies, and speed up makes you go faster, marginally. Not that it really helps because this world is fucking enormous. I don't know. It feels like it's just another thing to add a collectible to the game in my eyes. And there's already so many collectibles in this game. There are the Cocos, there are the character memory tokens, there are the open level tokens from beating a boss. There are the cat fishing tokens. There's already have like 800 of them because like at night they put a gambling minigame on the screen and there's like coins everywhere on the ground. You can pick up like gamble more for more big tokens. It's like there's so many collectibles in this game. It would make Donkey Kong 64 blush a little bit, you know. Thankfully, not all of them are. Thankfully, they're not all necessary or very necessary like Donkey Kong. You can skip like a majority of them. But damn, there's a lot of keeping track of when you don't really need that much. Thankfully, and the most important thing is that it doesn't get in the way of the gameplay. Even if it is unnecessary. It is what it is. Not bad, not good. Sonic, go up. There you go, buddy.
I forgot I made a Germa me just so I can put purple Germa into
The only thing I wish they would do is clearly mark what would and wouldn't bring you to the next Chaos Emerald. Like, that obstacle course, if they had marked it like saying like this is where the White Chaos Emerald leads to, that'd be really nice. But they don't. You just kind of have to look around and figure it out and hope that you're right. Are we doing a boss fight for real? I need to talk to Tails. He's still up here. I grabbed the Chaos Emerald first and I was going to talk to Tails. Oh my fucking pussy. Metal Gear Rising looking ass, motherfucker.
Xenoblade looking ass.
Well, what will you do?
Girl's talking to a Walmart microphone over here.
The best I can.
I don't know why Sage talks like. What is that?
Oh, he's grooving, yeah.
Yeah. Hi. The worst part though about the supersonic boost is that it doesn't really matter. If the game wants you to not catch up, it's gonna make sure you don't catch up, like with this guy right here. That's one thing I really don't like. It feels like all of this is to say they have a leveling system, not because they actually want to have one. For some reason I can't use the drop dash here. Great. Okay. That just instantly kills you. Okay. Wow. Oh my god. Okay, this is gonna be one of those segments of a game. Like, for no reason, the thing just instantly kills you, I guess. I was gonna start talking about how Sonic's controls aren't really that good in 2D, and that proved it, because he has this little ass double jump that's like pathetic. Like, look at this. That's his double jump. Like, come on now. It's under like a quarter of the height of his initial jump. It feels more like a way to keep momentum going rather than an actual double jump. I can't risk jumping. I have to take the hits. This boss fight is major doo-doo water. The worst part is that if you boost and then jump, or if you boost while midair, you're basically given a third extra, like, a half double jump, so it's even less height. But, like, the game requires you to know about that and use it at times, which doesn't feel intentional, because I don't remember them ever teaching me about how to use the double jump and boost jump as, like, things. Regardless, it feels like the worst when they require you to use the boost and double jumps. Because if you're boosting on the ground, or if you already boost jumped, you can't do it again. Oh, okay. Oh no, the grooving guy is dead. That kind of encapsulated like the worst parts of this game all at once.
So?
How the fuck do I get over there? There's two kind of how the fuck do I get over there. There's Breath of the Wild one where it's like really positive, and then there's this one where it's really negative.
Also, Shane, when you get the chance, can you do me like a solid?
What?
Can you send me the thumbprints thing and then just like pin it?
Oh, I can just
So
pin
I
it
can
right
do
now
them.
because it's just in our. I have to scroll up a little bit. There you go. I pinned
Kind
it.
of want this game to be
Oh, cool, thank
over
you.
already.
Also, I can upgrade all these weapons to like apparently Merc 2s.
Well,
Oh, nice.
you're only
Oh,
at
yeah,
the
that's-
tails part.
Sorry, what did you say, Lois? I didn't mean to talk over you.
No, you were like already in mid conversation. You're saying more stuff. Oh, I was gonna say, well, you're only at the tails part, but So
I'm starting to get annoyed. This island is so bad because I don't know how to get to other. Like, look at that. How do I get over here? No fucking clue.
there's like, like there's that that thing on the left.
What thing on the left? There's nothing there.
You have to pretty much it's you have to somehow get over there. It's a all connected thing.
Yeah, that's the problem. They don't show you how to get to any of these little islands on the outside. So you
Yeah,
just
you
have
gotta-
to keep running around.
I guarantee whatever you're doing is on the wet.
I'm just gonna hope that maybe this is the island I need to start off with. I should have full map data so I can actually look at where I'm going too.
Oh,
Apparently the blue Chaos Emerald's right here. I'm gonna take advantage of that.
yeah, that was one of the islands you're supposed to go to with here. Yep, and you're going somewhere.
Goodness.
You're going somewhere.
Oh, this game is this kind of design where you're just kind of meant to fuck around until you find out. Oh, it's so exhausting. I don't have it in me anymore to just aimlessly wander around and deal with weird 2D. Okay, this is supposed to be a 2D gameplay segment, but the camera broken out, it's 3D, and it's actually kind of tolerable.
I don't think it's a 2D part yet.
No, it is. This is a 2D part. Look, if I go back down here, it'll be 2D again. See?
Well, that part is, but then you.
I was up here and it was 3D. The camera broke. It was more nice that way.
Whoa, that's fucky.
That's this whole game. Just like Forces. You can break
What?
3D parts pretty easily.
Why are all the fan favorite Sonic games held together with duct tape?
I don't know. Ask people who made the Genesis that.
I'm not. Or well, I more so meant the 3D ones, but yes.
I should feel like every 3D Sonic game. Unleash is the best one though in that terms because like if you broke the camera, you could speed past all the levels like crazy. All right, give me my goddamn emerald, bitch. Thank you. Yeah, this level's the worst. This third level is the worst easily out of all of them.
Oh yeah, this level is referred to as that one level on TV tropes.
I'm just gonna try to power through it and get it out of here as fast as I can.
It's
Where am I?
now just look carefully at the railings, because the railings will show.
Oh, can't look anymore because now it's 2D again. God damn it.
Well, I meant you were supposed to look before you leave.
Yeah, I looked and now I can't tell which railing I'm going on because there's like 3 railings over here and make sure I'm going the right one. I fucking hope I am. It's like I looked, I leaped, and then my ADHD neurodivergent friend was like, "Hey, but look at this fucking cool car I got." I'm like, "Please don't, not right now while I'm driving the goddamn car." I'm like, "No, but look, it's a super rare ultra Neko girl." And I'm like, "Great, now I don't know where I'm at anymore. I'm in Kentucky now. When I'm supposed to be in Texas." How the fuck do I get up there? Oh my lord in heaven.
Hold on. Yeah, I remember this part. Hold on, just. Looks like he's hitchhiking.
So I'm having an
don't-
aneurysm.
Yeah. Don't leave that island. It was like, because otherwise you'll go in a circle. It's more. Well, no. I mean, no. Leave this island. That's what I meant. Leave this one. Damn.
I'm just going backwards to the main island now.
Well, yeah, but like you didn't go the right way. Actually, like I knew you did. Like I knew.
Then which way is the right way?
Hold on. So, oh god, Sonic's always holding himself right after moving. Okay, so
I'm trying to get up
Wait.
here. I am now down here.
okay, I know that, but like the map's not gonna help because you gotta like look at the look at the railings that are like around to see how they all connect. Okay. Thing. You got the blue Chaos Emerald already.
Yep.
Stay up on the tippy top so you can see everything. Okay, oh. So... did I just... How about it just make the leg on it, so... Wait, does it have to rain? That makes it worse.
I'm just gonna teleport and hope I can figure it out.
Wait, you can teleport now?
I've been able to teleport this whole time.
Oh, okay. Like, you did all the challenges?
No. I just fished up the Elder Scrolls so I can teleport to them only.
Oh. That's very...
The cat is carrying this game, remember, don't forget that.
Oh, wait, you'll get to a yellow one at least.
Maybe.
Oh, this is definitely the way to the yellow one.
Maybe.
There it is. It's the yellow one. Oh, all that popping.
It also makes it hard to navigate because when all these rails I can't see until I'm close to them, and the pathways don't really help because like this is point one direction to another one, and then you go on the rail and it goes in 2D mode, and you completely lose your sense of direction as a result because you can't see where you're going.
Can we do some challenges on this island so if something clears up?
I'm gonna do this challenge. It's the only challenge I have. That's over 300 damage. It's crazy they put the Deegan in. This is the Deegan game because it's Sonic the Hedgehog with a migraine. That's just the Deegan game. Deegan is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Associate Deegans with migraines now?
That's Deegan's main character trait. No, that's a horrible thing to say.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Let's not do that. There's already a bit of a. You know,
Is there a bit of what?
nothing. Never mind.
It's just a dumb joke. That's all. Whee! This is like Final Fantasy 14, Heaven's Word, which is a problem because this is a Sonic the Hedgehog game. Ooh, that's some rough ass popping.
Don't go back the way you came.
Look at that popping.
Don't go back the way you came.
I know. I'm just looking at the popping. That's all. Look at it.
Okay. The poppin'. Yeah, poppin's pretty bad. It's like some Mary Poppins up in here.
I wonder how it looks on PS5.
There's still poppins on it, and to be fair, your PC is not.
It's on low graphics at 60 FPS. It should not have any popping issues. It is what it is. It's probably the same on Switch and PS5, honestly.
PS5 is also
Whoa.
delivers that you have to go 60 FPS.
Well, yeah, this is 60 FPS. I'm playing on 60 FPS. It's probably not streaming out of that, but I'm playing on it.
No. What, did you make it? Oh, you made it back up! Oh!
Very easily, yeah.
Oh! Oh!
I don't know where to go next again.
Okay, like, I was gonna
Let's
say...
see. We can go to there.
God, I was gonna say try to, like, jump towards those railings like an idiot.
That would get me killed.
But it just might work.
No, it wouldn't. Not at all. Motherfuck.
Oh, it's back to that same way you just came. Never mind. I think that's the...
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Sonic didn't even want to go forward. Sonic wanted to go backwards and commit suicide.
What made you go backward? Did you just kind of?
No, it just happens sometimes. That's why I like Sonic Adventure 2 controls better, because that shit never happened in Adventure 2.
Well, I mean, like, isn't it just that you always hold forward? Because here's the thing, you have to hold forward with the
I am holding forward.
You'll come
Even
to a
then,
dead halt.
that should not be the case, because there's a dedicated dodge button for doing that shit that I'm pressing as well.
Because there is one thing that is different from forces and generations and whatnot. If you let go of the joystick, Sonic comes to a dead halt.
Not on the rails. Cool camera.
Except for when you're holding the boost button? Question mark?
No, when you're holding the boost button, he stops on a dime when you're not on a rail. I'm talking about only on the rails right now. See right here, I'm not holding it right now. Sometimes on a rail he just goes backwards because the game is glitchy and buggy.
I don't know if there's anywhere else to go.
That's why I'm fast traveling. Look at these big distracting lasers, by the way, that only give you big the cat tokens, making the whole fucking big cat token thing completely irrelevant. Sonic jump scare. I wish there was some actual land. I can't even see the enemy because of the fucking wheel. God damn it. And they had to put these little fucking brown things on the side, didn't they? They just had to put these like little like things so my fucking loop would fall off and I would fly in the air whenever I tried doing it.
Alright, Shane the Rock Johnson, wanna hop on media?
Alright, you wanna drag me?
No.
There they go. That's you and me, baby.
Uh-huh.
Watching Sonic Frontiers. This is some mid-ass combat they got me doing.
This is how you get postpartum depression.
Am I giving you postpartum depression or is it the game?
The game.
I'm glad.
Oh my God,
I don't want to be known as the postpartum depression guy. That'd be a horrible YouTube name to have.
I mean,
Could you imagine?
wouldn't you kind of make? I mean, on paper, I could be mean and be like, "Oh, well, you're like my kid, right?" So it's like, I get
Something like that. What if instead of the guy with the glasses, he was the guy with the postpartum depression? Hello, I'm the sadness critic. I have postpartum depression, so you don't have to. Oh my god, how do I get to that middle fucking island? Oh my lord in heaven. Why did they make this shit so confusing? Look at this, is like a rail. I have to go up on the top of the mountain to get to the other fucking... Why can't there just be a bridge I unlock, you know? Like, to get me there easy, once I get there the first time, in this obtuse-ass way. This island sucks. I've been here for like 4 hours, I'm pretty sure.
I had to actually look at like some video, like you can follow every damn move just to get over there. It was really bad.
But this is peak Sonic, remember? Peak Kino! This is Sonic's future! This is the best Sonic game ever! Better than Sonic 1, better than Sonic Generations, better than Sonic Adventure 2, better than Sonic Adventure 1, better than Sonic CD, better than Sonic 3 and up. This is the best Sonic game, because they said Whisper. Because she's from the comics.
Yes, and also because it's a chill open world game. It's relaxing.
Ooh. I'm getting heated. I'm getting heated over this game. It's just be relaxing.
It's relaxing.
It's relaxing, air quotes, where you do nothing.
The problem is that there's a lot of Sonic fans that wanted to see Sonic try a collectorship game. Congratulations, you saw it.
Also, this is supposed to be a 2D segment again, but it's not, and it's actually kind of tolerable again. I have no idea why they keep trying to force us to use a 2D camera when I could. Whoa. And lost my sense of direction. Okay, I think I can get over there by doing this, maybe.
Oh yeah, you're going to the right place.
But it looks like I'll just fall off if I don't do it right. So let's hope for the best. Where am I going?
You're supposed to shoot upwards, and not.
No,
to
no,
the
I'm
side.
going the right way. I'm going the right way because if you don't press the button, it tells you to. It just drops you down. And that didn't take me the right way at all. Okay. Very simple time. See, I think I'm that little ass platform. That's all I gotta do, but like.
Yeah, there's a way. It's just
Extremely obtuse and not conventional at all. And you have to look up a guide for it. Yeah.
No, not that. Okay, not that part. Like I knew, like I got over there somehow. I just don't. But like it was something. I did something. I don't remember what I did though. But it's still easier than whatever you did to get over here in the first place.
There's no rails connecting to this.
Wait. There's a ramp on the top of that thing, which will shoot you up there, which will let you jump off that platform down there. No, don't go back. Don't go back. You were
Calm
in the right way.
down. Calm down.
Well, Sonic moves fast, so you know, gotta make
I
sure
see
you.
that ramp over there.
Yeah. So
Another
yeah, get on
question is,
that
how do I
back.
get up there?
Hit the break the brick.
There's a fucking hidden spring on this random. How the fuck was I supposed to ever figure that out without seeing this ramp?
To be fair, if there's a box next to the thing, and that's the only way up, that was pretty easy to figure out.
Nuh-uh. Sometimes those boxes are unbreakable.
Just break the boxes, and that's it. That's all. It's not that.
Oh lord, I would have walked past that thing a 1,000,000 times before I realized there was a way to go up from it. Because all these ruins look exactly the same. Oh my.
Well, like, I mean, it's funny. Like, this is like This is like your Spider-Man that way, because this game does speak in ways that I can understand. I'm like, oh, it puts boxes next to the thing. That means.
Well, I wouldn't have seen the boxes because there's a ruin, so I'm not gonna look at the ruin because the ruins have nothing in them, like 90% of the time.
There was also a ramp. There was also a ramp on top. That's why I was direct.
Well, yeah, once I saw the ramp, it was pretty obvious what to do. But like, if I hadn't seen that ramp, I wouldn't know what to do this whole time. I'm gonna die now.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh my god, that was frustrating as fuck. This level is ass. This kind of shit. I'm so glad the internet is around nowadays, because I would not be able to beat this game if I was a kid. Again, Sonic feels very archaic compared to all the other game that comes out nowadays. Look at that piece of trash in front of Sonic. Isn't that great? Whew. Finally.
Oh,
I fished for hours for this.
I think it's an environmental analyzer. All of the ancient technology is networked to cyberspace. If I can get it back online, we can maybe.
Why is
get
the
some
game
answers.
designed like this?
Whoa.
The game makes me look for rails this whole time, and then it only wants me to find a ramp. Get out of here with that. Why is it 2D? It's 2D artwork now? Did they run out of budget for this scene?
That's not. Is that really 2D?
Yeah. This is very clearly artwork, because the way they're not animated at all.
Well, I mean, they have that Flynn dude, right? So I guess they gotta use him for something.
He's the writer of this game.
He also animated the comic for the game as well.
Like, you can tell they're just pulling back 2D images for that. That was so whack. The fact they just didn't have budget for that cutscene when they had it for the other ones.
Don't expect AAA budgets from a Sonic game.
So,
Is the game gonna start falling apart? Because I've noticed that more and more cutscenes are having like that shitty quality where it's just like stilted models moving very preset ways.
on par with Dark Gaia, easy.
And then there's also
but we need to
fucking
find the emeralds pronto.
what was I gonna say?
We'll rendezvous later.
And then there's also all the whack ass level design that's going on in this level particularly. I hope it's not one of those games where it starts off really good and then starts falling apart completely. Here we go. Because yeah, like every other area in this game is like, oh, look for the rails or look for the obstacle to get up there. Now they want me to look for a ramp. First time a ramp has not been part of an obstacle course and actually been part of the open world. It's like, bruh. Or at least so obtusely hidden that I couldn't find it. Because I've been trained to look for rails and that's pretty much it.
I don't even think that's the worst thing you went through into this lead up. I'll just put it that way.
Felt like the worst.
You went literally what you did to find the area with the ramp was worse than the ramp.
Well, same thing to me. That's all just shit. Also, this guy keeps like calling out references. That's like there's been so many references to past Sonic games. I'm starting to get a little sick of it. Just a little bit. At first it was cool, and now I'm getting a little tired of it. It's like why did Tails mention Dark Gaia? Like that was great, I guess, for the fans who like Sonic Unleashed. But next thing I'm assuming to go like, you know, that was crazy. Like the Sonic had a two-player mode or something like that.
Well, the thing is that this game is gonna have like with this writer is gonna keep track of continuity to an extreme level from here on out. So
yes, he does, but like the dialogue does not need to have that, you know. At least not constantly. Otherwise, this is gonna turn into a Marvel movie with the amount of continuity to keep track of, which I don't want to do. Alright, let's see. Can I do this? Let's do this first. We're gonna talk to Tails.
I mean, there are Sonic fans that want Sonic to be that complex and have all this continuity on it.
Okay, so yeah, that's true for like almost every fandom, but like to me, it's kind of like it's like I want continuity, I want callbacks, but not to a point where I'm starting to get annoyed, you know. Lord knows I love Kingdom Hearts, because they always are things that happen in the past games every 5 seconds, it feels like. Also, I guess we're just playing Toho now.
Yep.
That was nice. Worked well. I'm surprised it worked well, considering this is like an action game, but I guess it's just Toho in it now. That's cool. Some of the minigames so far have been pretty kind of awkward to control, but that one was fun.
God.
Oh shit, what the fuck?
Postpartum depression right there.
Well, that's probably... Wait, what? What do you mean that was postpartum depression?
That whole level has been postpartum depression.
Oh, you're talking about this whole level of Tails?
Yes.
Is it almost over?
Well, the hardest part is over, because, like, you don't
Oh
have
my
to find a
God.
lot.
Wait, Tails is over here, now he's gone? Oh, I was supposed to talk to him first. Oh, fuck. Damn it, game! You tell me I can do whatever the fuck I want, and then I do it, and I miss out on an opportunity because I did something too fast. God damn it. That's been happening a lot, where I do one thing before the other thing, and then all of a sudden I can't take forever to get back to the other thing. And so if I had done it the other way around, it would have been so much quicker and more smooth.
I think Tails would have just told you to actually play the game. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, that's probably what he would have done, but it's just like... I like to actually have the option to either see that, you know, a warning. That's the thing about modern gaming. Usually, whenever there's like choices, you know, involving like story or dialogue, usually you're given the opportunity to see everything before you move forward, rather than you pick one you might actually move forward without realizing it. For example, you know, like before a big boss, like your team might be walking around, and you go up and talk to each one of them, and then there's one who's like clearly like. Oh, no, let me finish. And then there's like one character who's like, "Are you sure you're ready to go, boss? This might be the big fight." And then they want to be like, Are you sure you're ready to go? This will be the final fight, or whatever. That's the thing I like about modern gaming.
I've seen that since the SNES days.
Well, not a lot of 3D games have that shit. Why am I taking damage? That's just some spikes.
Like, if anything, I just associate that with JRPGs. Like, I've seen that since Super Nintendo stuff on whatnot.
Well, yeah, that happens in JRPGs a lot, but I'm talking about like in action games in general. That's not very common. I'm just using that as an example. The JRPG thing is an example of like what I'm talking about. What games usually do. They let you experience yourself and get immersed if you actually start the final boss or some shit like that.
I think they could do that.
I wish Sengo would do that more often. They do with Yakuza.
Admittedly, like the games that I like are past those things. They do something else that's like different. That's like a bit more progressive while still doing that. That's like that's like a question. I mean, it works. It's just that you know, kind of want it done a different way.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
Because like if Xenoblade had something like that, I'd be like, you know what I mean? It'd be like, come on, Xenoblade, you're a more advanced JRPG.
Maybe, yeah. I cannot wait to be past this level. I cannot wait for it. I cannot wait for it. Ow.
Oh.
Also, can I say the defense stat is completely worthless in this game?
Seems like it.
There was never a moment where I was like, oh, I'm so glad I have high defense. I honestly feel like they put that in just because they have an attack stat and they didn't want there to be only 3 stats to upgrade. It's like its own mini level, except that it's not really that well designed compared to actual Sonic levels. This is how tired I am. I'm calling it Sonic Forces instead of Frontiers. Unless the next island is as good as the other ones, I might stop after this.
What's that?
Unless the next island is as good as the first 2, I might stop after this.
It's not going to be as bad as this one.
That's most important to me.
I don't. Technically, it's repeat material, but you don't do the exact same thing.
Huh. Let's see.
But honestly, I would rather. You should probably fight the boss and call it here. That would probably be a good checkpoint.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your advice. Your icy vice. Oh, the red... Oh, so this is how I get to the red fucking emerald. I had to go through the story sequence.
Mm-hmm.
The red emerald the game told me to get way earlier is done by a story sequence that the game was not telling me to do.
You see, here's the funny thing. What did I tell you about this quest log shit?
This game needs to suck my humongous dick.
This game needs a quest log. Badly.
Real badly, because holy shit, I was stressing about that this whole time.
The thing is, like, it's telling you to do this one thing, right? But then the problem is that you have to do other things that it's not telling you to do.
I was stressing about that the whole fucking time. Like, oh my god, I can get the Chaos Emeralds. Now I'm going to see if I can get the boss, because I'm going to blah, 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 blah. You know, it adds up.
Like I did say, the game is not as linear as it seems. Which is actually, like, the problem is the game makes itself sound more linear than it actually is. Which is annoying.
Yes, it is. Yes, it fucking is. I wish they just would have told me, do this shit to get to the Chaos Emerald, not go get the Chaos Emerald. How the fuck am I supposed to get over here? Do the story sequence. Well, you didn't tell me to do the Chaos Emerald. Get the Chaos Emerald. Well, you want me to do the story sequence? Ping tails for me. No. What do you mean, no? I don't wanna. What is wrong with you, Sake?
like I said, a quest log and a an immediate warping system would actually make this game great. It would actually make the game like great in terms of just. Because another thing is that a lot of the backtracking you're doing only shows the problems of the game more. If anything, like if you're not backtracking, you never would be clipping or doing a lot of like technical problems. You just kind of just be moving along and you never see them, you know?
Yeah, because if I need to go back, I just press the button and go back. Not go through these whack-ass obstacle courses to take away control from the player.
Yes. Pretty much.
There have been so... Here comes another fucking 2D obstacle course. I hate the 2D shit in these games. It feels so bad compared to the Genesis games. It never feels right. Usually there's things that are a little let off, or like you can end up slipping and falling and dying and losing all your progress, and you lose your camera position and everything. It's like, oh my fucking god. It's in
One of
3D.
the-
Oh.
One
Sorry.
of
Go
the
ahead.
issues with Frontiers is that with the 2D and 3D part, it can make you land in a different position and then force it 2D even if you're kind of off center, which is not good.
Yes, I hate that so much.
Because
When I land, I want to be 3D and it's suddenly it's 2D. It's like, oh my fucking god,
Here's the
what are you
thing.
doing?
in Sonic Colors, when you have 2D sections, you don't land off center and then go 2D. That's not what it frickin' does.
Mm-hmm.
It shoots you in the air and then drops you exactly where you'd be on the 2D plane. No weirdness, no constant shifting. It's just.
I guess it's the problem with it being an open world game that you can just walk into a 2D section and rather than letting you keep it going in 3D, it's just like, oh, well now you're in 2D now. I don't know. All right.
You're getting. Here's the worst part. If you didn't fish, right, it would then tell you to get more things, which would probably take even longer.
And then
And
that
it's
would compound the stressful feeling that I've had this entire time.
Yes. Yes.
That's why Big the Cat is the GOAT. Well, he's the cat, but he's the GOAT tonight.
That's if you can find him.
Thankfully, every time I get into one of these areas now, I'm like, all right, gotta find Big first, and then do everything else.
Yes.
Oh my God, seriously, Big. If Big hadn't been here, I probably would have stopped way earlier. But speaking of stopping, I think I'm just gonna stop now. Now that I know I actually how to progress.
You good?
Because basically, I stayed on this way longer than I actually wanted to tonight because I was just trying to figure out, okay, I wanna, because let's say there's an annoying part in the game that you know you're not gonna like, I'd rather just get it done now, pause, stop, and play later when I'm actually like, in a better mood, you know.
Let me also put it this way: this level is not gonna be bad for the rest of be as bad for the rest of the thing because of what
Yeah.
you've done. So you can stop now, and you'll probably you'll get because the level will pretty much just keep moving itself forward. I would stop here.
Splatoon. But I will say, it was fun ragging on it with you.
Trying to sweet talk me?
Yes, I am. Is it working?
Or maybe.
Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. You're the person that put Sonic in those weird brown shoes and gloves. So
You're the one who bought it for me. And I would feel bad not wearing them.
I paid half.
Trevor paid the other half. Trevor paid for the gloves, you paid for the shoes.
I'm the shoe person.
Do you want to be the glove person?
Well, actually, wouldn't it? Are you saying it's a mother shoe moment?
Sure, we'll go with that. Alright. Oh, yeah, I'll pick this up later. Stopping this episode here now.
Okay.
You want to say anything to all the people watching before we go?
This is a Sonic game. That's it.
Okay. I think we're gonna be like, this is a mid-ass game or something like that.
No, it's just a Sonic game. That's it.
Okay.